Welcome back, everyone, and let's continue to play the hot and country map. As you can see, I'm just continuing from where it's been left off, but for everyone's sake, here's a quick recap of what's going on. So, the 2K by 2K map, we're trying to connect just to everything that produces stuff. 700 towns, 1500 industries, although some of those are secondary industries. And yeah, this is episode 13-ish, so still early days, working on the passenger part. And let me take down the volume of my music because it's way too loud in my ears. Okay, I'm here. So I guess I was off screen. I was searching for something, but where was I? So I've connected some of the terms and started building out this layer. And then I was contemplating that this is maglev because now we do have it. But all the other passenger trains are essentially losing money. So maglevs are even more expensive. So yeah, I will build this out as is because why not? But in reality, actually, so because we're playing South America, there's a very poor choice of available vehicles. So I don't even know what this is, to be honest. It's an EMU. It's an EFE AES. Actually, I think it's supposed to be narrow gauge, but never mind. So if I look at things that can carry passengers, speed. Yeah, if you look at this, so now that I've been playing around with the actual new GRF itself, as in like doing some development work in the background. I think I mentioned 5 million times I've taken over this new GRF. Anything outside Europe is very, Europe and US, North America per se, it's very much lacking. So initially I wanted to play this map on Africa set, and it's even worse. Yeah, so there's, well, excuse my French, there's fuck all really in the scope of non how to say this, non-Atlantic offerings. Anyway, again, especially if you can draw in this particular style, find me, and we can make all that change. You draw, I do the coding. In the meantime, we play. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of should make up my mind about this most of all, but I will start pulling timelines across because we are doing cargo distribution really. So new aircraft, great. I don't want the bridge though. Not yet anyway. In entirely unrelated news, real world time tomorrow marks Easter Friday, and I'm so not aware of this. Hey, long weekend. Yay. Totally out of the blue. Hope it doesn't come through too much, but I'm still waking up. It's just that this is the quiet moment when I do have time to do this, because while we are supposed to be in the office half the time, no one really bothers. But I do try to show up on the occasion. And so Thursdays are the office days, which means not only I have to show up there, but also in reality, I wake up way too early, which has nothing to do with the office stuff. It's just a terrible habit of mine. Yeah, I'll disconnect these two. I'm not going to, well, yeah. See, the problem is that there's not much connection around here. I don't know. There's not much connection anywhere here. I think this, like, parts of the map are a bit void of towns. No, I don't know. So the idea had been that I not only have, don't really remember what's the official classification, but you were, not as in terms of the quantifier, but like, yeah, the actual setting, many towns, regular number of towns, that sort of stuff. So we definitely have fewer, or a number of towns lower or something. I don't know. Yeah, just honestly, it should be like this. There's no town here, right? And so shockingly, yeah, there are fewer towns than average, which is to say the voids on the map are, oh, need an actual station, or more numerous. And the idea with that was twofold. One is that I've actually found in the other map that having double this many towns is just taking way too effing long. And also, the town growth is set to, I think in the other, I could check, but I actually just can't be bothered. In the other one, town growth is set to like very slow. Whereas here, it's set to some version of less slow. And also towns can actually partially grow on their own. So in the other map, I set growth to be 100% dependent on what I deliver, whereas here it's 70 to 80% dependent on the same. Which then means that as time goes on, some of these towns have a reasonable likelihood of taking up a lot of space, really, most of all. And so having fewer of them is beneficial for my purposes, such as that the map's not going to be that congregated. Is that a word? Well, it's a word now. Who needs an Oxford dictionary when you have me? Lol, this is oversaturated. I am curious, which is the one that actually makes money? Wow. Well, it's not this one, that's for sure, but there appears to be a large number of people here. I don't know. But the other thing is I need to template passenger and mail and templates. That needs a space. Well, I mean, does it? Either this needs a space or that doesn't. Decisions. Okay. How about this MGRV? And then it's more than one letter and say no longer available. It's fine. So multiple unit. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, obviously. Yo. How is it that this is less expensive than that? Okay. Passengers and mail. I should be able to type, that would help. And mail and MGRV. Start. That's not being replaced, that's not being replaced. Okay, now that I said I shall not bother. I mean, it doesn't take long. Why am I? I am here. Okay, you lot. Send to depot. That was quick. Cool. I need all of them to be in depot. You're going. Keeps going. Yeah, I don't care. Shut up. Right, so you're going. Just want to make sure that they actually want to go to a depot. Of course, you come here. Actually, it's not such a bad thing. Now I'll have something to point at. So that's all good. You are still effing around. But of course you're coming here, so I can't actually do this. And you. Okay, so it's generally okay. Fine. Don't know why I paused. So we do the following. Can I clone out of a template replacement? Yes, good. And then I essentially want it to go and come here. And then that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bit fiddly. So with that out of the way, considering how few trains I generally have, this should not be a huge problem in terms of replacements because we can't replace anything that doesn't belong there. I'm a bit like a certain politician with orange hair. I say something, and then 5 minutes down the line I do the opposite, and then I say it was never me. I'm pretty sure previous episode I said I'm not going to bother with any of this crap right now because it's pointless. What's the largest I can do for it? Can I do that? Yes. In which case, can I do that? No. Did it? No. Also, I still need to. Anyone here? No. The new constructions, any new zones will start from the other end anyways. Well, you lot should be going. I still don't know how to mass delete. It's not Control, it's not Alt, not Shift. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm curious, what if I say do this? Sorted. So you lot go, they're going to get complaining about things because they can't actually go anywhere. Also, Hold on. Nope. Nope. Damn it. There you go. So everyone go. And then we find this little piggy. And we find the piggy homes now empty. Well, that sucks because I wanted to use this. Not that it would be a huge issue. I'm just looking over my kingdom. Lol, he's still waiting. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now, hold on, go and sell. Good. The only thing I need to do is actually convert the airways so that these can go places. Ported. Well, what is it now? March. I think last year we did -2 million odd on passengers. I'm mighty curious how that's going to pan out. The fact that Maglev's actually cheaper to buy than a shitty emu is definitely not set up properly. Lol. I mean, at least for bridges, yeah. But just like this, they're not going to make an awful lot more. Why am I here anyway? I don't want this. I'm looking at this. I was anyway. So I clearly got this far. Why not? I'll pay some attention to whatever's going on here. That is not a good setup. I'm pretty sure it's there. What? Ozone. I'll make this a bit bigger. We're not going to take any space from anyone. And just to be annoying and reiterate things I've said a bunch of times, if you can draw, find me. Basically, if you'd like to play 2CC in your own game with more vehicles, I can make that happen. The one thing I can't make happen is have reasonable drawings. I mean, yesterday evening, after having recorded the episode that, from your perspective, went live 2 days ago, I played around a bit with someone was asking for a Hyundai engine in Tanzania. And I can clone things. Like if I clone the Taurus, which is your stock standard modern looking engine, yes, I can do that. And there are acceptable results. Is it genuinely, you know where I'm going with this. To be honest though, from conversations I've had with people who know more about this stuff than I do, 2CC SAT has always been, well, it's not to say it's been low effort, because I don't mean it in a degrading way. Did I? I did not. So perhaps say it's always been a little ad hoc from what I've been told. Yeah, so I got this far, but I should hook in at least some of this stuff. Map, go away. So I still need to work on the badges capability of the new 2CC. I've not even started, but an obvious prerequisite to all of that was automating the template creation out of basically an Excel file. So it's the layout map. Town, there's, I'll just do it here. They can do it any way they want. One, two, three. It's going to be here. So I don't think anyone's going to care about mail here for a while, but makes my life easier to set up in such a way. Oh. I know it's only been 2 months. 30 minus 1.5 million. So, if this is going to be fivefold that, which it will, it's only empty. So it's going to not help my finances. How much for a bridge here, apart from an arm and a leg? 300k. Okay. More like Great Scott, if anything. Okay, so because I'll be chopping down a lot of trees here, for sake of simplicity, I'll demo it to kind of both of us. And if I say kind of again, shoot me. Kind of shoot me. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought they would just outright hate me. Interesting. Okay, this is suboptimal in terms of turning down spots. You know what? Now they hate me. What was news? Okay, don't know why it was showing again. There's the news icon here. Just do that. And that can go round in circles because that hotel thing is already connected and I limitedly care and so on and so on. And I want to do that again, do I? Yeah, I do. Just do the town here. And instead of Falling Bridge, put it in town name. Make it to Scrambleton. Everyone F off. And then I actually want some traffic between these two. I don't think I'll do it, not the least because, you know, I'll be stuck on these two maps for the better part of my remaining life. Or hopefully not, or else I'll be rather short-lived. But I wonder how much interest particularly expressed in views there would be in a Toyland map. I've played Toyland once and only once, not on YouTube. I actually think that was before YouTube became a thing. It says a lot about how old this game is. Nope, not that one. Did not want to close the map. So I just need to check something. Yeah. Right. Map is looking acceptably. We shall do this one. Go away. Shall we? No, I need to backtrack. Also, apart from being broken down, are you going there? But there's Nothing between these two. That sucks. I'm in a conundrum over this whole timetabling things. On the one hand, not timetabling passenger and like these local services, so to say, means all of them just gang up on each other like these. On the other hand, timetabling them actually results in stuff getting delayed because, apologies, they don't have a concept of like waiting out of the way. So if one vehicle's timetable is requiring it to wait for any reason whatsoever, then everything behind it gets stuck, which, I can only do unless I leave them the whole town, which they would hate. It's not going to be enough load traffic here, is it? There's a guy on Discord, and admittedly, I'm not watching his things, not the least because I really don't have time. I think what he's doing is he's playing this big old map, and the whole aim of his game is to set up precise timetabling, like very precise timetabling. I'll probably look into it at some stage just for the sake of lols. Oops. But I think on a map like this, that's a no-go. Stating the obvious, trams can't overcome each other. Overtake each other, sorry. Obviously I don't drive. Although overcoming each other would be funny, like Godzilla tram versus Godzilla tram number 2. Right, that's semi-sorted. I note the hotel. See, this is where it would be nice to have a stop, because then it would include both, and I wouldn't need to bother, but well, precious. I have a cunning plan. People. And then we only need one. Bit fugly. It's not winning awards in terms of design, but hey ho. I have about 13 minutes. Okay, it's not bad. That actually lines up with my plans for world domination. I think I'll put that stop here. And yeah, just here. Yeah, why not? Fun games. Should probably do this and then move off that way. It's now been short of half a year. Right, what the magic? I am hopeful of this town clearing, so let's do it this way. I don't know if town actually follows these. So I know that the layout is officially 3x3, but I don't know if it actually follows tramlines. I think probably not, because I'd expect it doesn't really consider tramlines roads. Okay, that's oddly well networked in. That's just me. Yes, the next one was me pondering on stuff here. Beeble, beeble, beeble. It's good at camouflaging itself. I started to say before that Toyland is one of those underloved for a good reason sets. But with that in mind, you know, like FIRS adds an awful lot of content to existing maps. Okay, where am I going to? I'm not going to come out here. Fine. In which case, I'm not going to bother with this. But it's just too much. Did wanna deal with these though. I'm not going to have time for that. Fine. I'll probably be looking at this in the next episode, thinking why precisely I built it this way. Essentially, what I have is two pseudo-connected towns in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Oh, I still have 7 minutes. It's not that bad. What's a little less good is the apparent lack of stop here. Yes, that needs pinning. So the logic with hold this thing was that there's forests here, and I want to cut through with the train line, blah blah. Just in case. I don't so much care about how much it is. If I connect these up, which is something I should have time for, just about, then I can pull the rails just this far, probably at the beginning of next. You do have a spot to turn it around, good. Usually do two, but I'll make say. Okay, sorted. And then that's far enough. Okay, this is where I need to make adjustments. I did that. 200k, fine. Not too optimal because we have to signal the wrong way. Like you can't signal tunnels properly and you can't signal bridges properly. Or maybe in the new version you can. I don't know nothing. There's an object. It's an object of my dislike. No, I wanted this. Oh no. Yeah, ugly. Forest on a hill. I mean, physically, yes, but gamingly, I'm not sure I've seen industries being on hills. Mm. Okay, so that isn't likely to work, but why? Let's do a bit of a cleanup here. That's just for visuals. They hit me anyway, and I now but stop that anyway. Okay, none of this is going to fly, is it? Then we can do something like that. And I have a minute, OMG. Okay, just to save myself a minor headache and not having to organize half of the road there. Do this. Go away. And I'm actually going to pause here and save because I have now less than a minute. And yeah, usual. Thanks for watching. Hope that was enjoyable. Any thoughts, comments, whatnot, let me know, please. And I shall hopefully see you the next time. Bye bye.